The Voice fans outraged say Adam David butchered national anthem. The Voice Season 27 winner, Adam David, has outraged fans as he butchered the national anthem. Fans were shocked when he won the season, given the competition he was up against. Are viewers now regretting voting for him? Keep reading for more details. The Voice fans outraged over Adam David's anthem. Adam David made Michael Bublé proud when he won Season 27 of The Voice. This was Team Buble's second win in a row, winning consistently since he became a coach. There was a lot of shock when Adam took home the prize as he stood next to Jellen Johnston. Renzo from Team Legend came in third, but many believed he should have gone all the way. Renzo plus John Legend should have won, my winners. Lucia and Renzo were way better than him. The Voice is getting phony. Jellen or Renzo should have won. Both were much better singers. Regardless, Adam was the winner and has gone on to do bigger things now that the season is over. He got the chance to perform the national anthem at the Stanley Cup playoffs, which took place on Saturday, May 24th. It was supposed to be a highlight and show everyone what Adam was made of. Unfortunately, those who saw the performance were less than impressed and raked him over the coals. They felt that his vocals were unclear and that he was not pronouncing key anthem words properly. One fan had this to say about how Adam showed up. He stunk and should be banned from performing our national anthem. Why can't it just be sung the way it was written? It's not a pop tune subject to interpretation. No one cared for how the Voice winner sounded, and they made it very well known. At this point, he is fresh off his win, the finale having aired on May 20th, 2025. So to flop so badly this soon does not bode well for his future gigs. Can he ever recover? Although he did have support from many of the Voice fans, Adam David has a lot to do now to recover. This anthem could haunt him for a while, with it being just a week post-finale. At the same time, Fergie and Ingrid Andress did horrible renditions of the national anthem, and many have not forgotten. Adam has received so much hate for this version, which is sad, as he is likely on a high right now. I've heard some bad renditions of the national anthem, but this ranks right up there. Come on. That Panthers anthem singer made me ready for a nap. Not an NHL playoff game. Can anyone sing the national anthem normally at an NHL game? So it may not have necessarily been a bad version of the song, but rather one that fans did not care for. He seemed to have slowed it down too much when they were looking for some pep in their step. Do you think this is the end of the Voice winner's career, or can he bounce back? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. In what was meant to be a triumphant moment of patriotic pride, contestant Adam David's rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner during Tuesday night's live episode of The Voice instead ignited a firestorm of backlash online, with thousands of fans voicing outrage and accusing the 23-year-old singer of having butchered the national anthem. The performance, which aired at the start of the semifinal results show, was intended as a tribute to Memorial Day and the service members honored during the holiday weekend. However, David's unconventional interpretation of the anthem, complete with breathy falsettos, offbeat key changes, and dramatic melismas, left many viewers stunned, not in admiration, but in shock. Within minutes of airing, #National Anthem and #AdamDavid began trending on X, formerly Twitter, with a flood of criticism coming from fans, veterans, and music critics alike. A risk that backfired. Adam David, a Brooklyn-based indie soul artist who's been a standout on Teen Legend since Blind Auditions, is known for his emotional interpretations and vocal range. But taking on the national anthem was an entirely different challenge. Rather than deliver a traditional rendition, David opted to make it his own, as many contestants on The Voice are encouraged to do. Unfortunately, his choice to jazz up the anthem with unpredictable vocal runs and slowed tempo transitions did not land well with the live audience, or the country watching at home. Even judge and longtime coach Blake Shelton, known for his supportive on-camera demeanor, looked visibly uncomfortable during the performance. Cameras briefly caught Shelton exchanging a side glance with fellow judge Reba McEntire, who later appeared hesitant when asked to comment on the number. It was bold, McEntire finally said with a diplomatic smile. But that song holds a special place in the hearts of a lot of Americans. Sometimes you don't want to touch a classic too much. Fans react. It was disrespectful. Social media reactions ranged from disappointed to downright furious. Some fans called the rendition tone deaf and self-indulgent, while others questioned how the performance was approved by producers in the first place. Greater than as a veteran, I found that performance of the national anthem to be borderline disrespectful, wrote one user. It's not the place to experiment. Sing it the way it was meant to be sung. Greater than, I usually like Adam David, but this was a huge miss, posted another. We're not at an avant-garde jazz club. That was the U.S. national anthem on national television. Conservative media outlets quickly picked up the story, criticizing The Voice for allowing what they labeled an artistic desecration of the anthem. Some even called for a formal apology from NBC. On the other side of the debate, a smaller group of fans defended Adam's performance, saying it took courage to try something different with such a sacred song. I actually like that he didn't do a carbon copy, one post read. It's 2025, music evolves. But these voices were largely drowned out by the overwhelming flood of disapproval. Adam David responds. Amid the mounting backlash, Adam David took to Instagram Live late Tuesday night to address the controversy head-on. I never meant to offend anyone, he said in a visibly emotional live stream. I love this country. My grandfather served in Vietnam. I was trying to honor him and everyone who sacrificed for our freedom by giving a performance that came from my heart. He went on to say that he stands by his interpretation, but understands that it may not have resonated with everyone. I know the national anthem is a sensitive song, and maybe I pushed it too far. But music is about expression, and I put my soul into that performance. David's heartfelt response earned him some sympathy from fans who commended his bravery and vulnerability, but the damage appeared to be done. Industry reactions and cultural tensions. Music industry insiders are divided over the controversy. Some argue that David simply fell into a long-standing tradition of artists trying and sometimes failing to reinterpret the national anthem. Let's not forget, even icons like Fergie and Roseanne Barr were ripped to shreds for their versions, said Michael Tran, a Los Angeles-based music critic. The national anthem is a minefield. It's incredibly hard to sing and even harder to reinvent without ticking someone off. But others believe the situation points to deeper cultural tensions. The fact that a young, black, openly queer artist is getting this level of blowback for a creative risk tells you a lot, tweeted journalist Lauren K. Wells. I didn't love the rendition, but let's not pretend this outrage is just about the music. The controversy has reignited debates about artistic freedom versus tradition and whether some songs, particularly national symbols, should be off limits to reinterpretation. NBC and The Voice remain silent. As of Wednesday morning, neither NBC nor The Voice producers had issued an official statement regarding the performance or the backlash. Some fans are calling for the show to address the controversy directly in the next episode, while others have even threatened to boycott the finale. You can't just pretend that didn't happen, wrote one commenter on The Voice's official Instagram page. We deserve an acknowledgement, or better yet, an apology. Rumors are already circulating that the show's producers are in crisis,